is a hobby that's just wildly out of control. The community around these cars is just, it blows your mind. It's the friends you make. It's pretty damn special, and I suppose it's why we get up every morning excited to come down and do this stuff. It'll do that initial lift. As soon as that back wheel climbs up, you're going to level. Now, as soon as it does do that, there's no real major obstacle, but you'd want to keep You're perfect. Keep driving. Steer to me a little bit. Steer to me, Rich. I'm not really interested in doing too much else. I'm very invested in these cars. I can't do anything else. I just love it. My name's Lawrie. I'm the owner of LCS 4x4. We're a small business based in Melbourne, Victoria. We specialise in modifying FJ 40 series Landcruisers, engine swaps, chassis swaps, suspension works. We strive to modify the classic Landcruisers to handle or to exceed the handling of a modern Land Cruiser in power, comfort, off-road ability, while retaining that iconic Land Cruiser look that you get from the FJ40. This was the first 80 chassis that we'd done, so we stripped the 80 body off it. I mean, probably within the first week, this project was just all we did. This was well before LCS 4x4 was a thing. This was just a hobby. And then before we knew it, we sort of mocked up the body, and then we were hunting for the engine. A week later, and we sort of had this monster of a car sort of project in full swing.
Fucking diesel.
I was always heavily involved in like the 40 series community. The club, I had a 40 series the whole way through, and it got to the point where I didn't want to have my like standard 40. I wanted like a heavily modified. I didn't want to be driving around in the modern looking vehicle. I wanted to be sitting in an old cabin, but I wanted to perform like the 80 series. And then it sort of all just sort of fell into place. It was overnight. I pulled apart two perfectly good cars and put them together to build this monstrosity of a Land Cruiser, so I could have the best of both worlds. And that was probably like the moment where LCS, whether I knew it or not, that was probably the moment that like LCS started.
I was tempted.
The motivation is to be able to work on cool cars and work for good people, I suppose. Like I want to get up every day. Before I was doing this, I had like 5 or 6 alarms every morning to drag myself out of bed and go to work. Since I started working on, I started LCS, I've not set an alarm in 3.5 years now. I get up excited. This is not just a job or a career to me. This is my hobby. I do my hobby every day. That's first and foremost. I won't let anything sort of compromise that. Being fortunate enough to work with awesome customers who entrust me and the team to build like really cool cars. They'll take my advice, and these cars aren't cheap to build. The components alone are dear. They trust us to, we give direction, and they'll trust us to build these ridiculous, chopped up vehicles. That is the biggest achievement. That these guys will trust us to take on these projects through to completion. We're getting approached from people overseas, who notice and see what we're building here. And we've recently had a vehicle that's been sold and air freighted across the other side of the world. From me, who will say I do this as a hobby, it's pretty humbling to. It's something like that maybe hits home, that people are noticing and appreciating what we're doing.
How does that make you feel?
It feels pretty fucking good. Yeah. I can't take credit for what we're doing here personally. We've got a massive team. I mean, there's the guys that work here day in, day out. The guys that come in after hours. We've got part-timers that come in, and we work late many nights. We've got guys who work weekends. The businesses that we work with and that we try and support, and surely they support us really well. The relationships built around these cars. I mean, the guys that we work with in other local businesses, we're forward driving with them on the weekend, or we're helping them build their cars while they assist us with ours. The community around these cars is just, it's pretty damn special, and I suppose it's why we get up every morning excited to come down and do this stuff.
What are we doing here, Miles?
We're gonna make our best attempt at driving this fucking track, man.
What did you think of that, Maxie?
Fuck that!
You can't park them.
Oh man, well, what did we say? We were talking about you wouldn't enter a track, with the wrong people. Like, the cars don't matter so much. You need the right people.
That's right.
Shit happens. Yeah, breakdowns. Today,
Shit gets real quick.
Today,
If you've got the right people, it goes smoothly.
What do you reckon, Matt? Today, over 100 winches.
Yeah, 100 winches.
100 winches, and we had 2 rollovers.
Yeah.
And everyone exits the bush together.
Yeah.
It's a
But
camaraderie.
everyone's still running, and Yeah, smiling. That's the biggest thing, probably.
It's the
Everyone's having a ball.
It's the
still.
camaraderie, yeah. Man, a good day.
You're gonna get a feed, eh?
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
This is what we do for fun.
This is our fun, man. Break, destroy, burn fuel, love it. Fling mud, as you can see.
Okay, would you say you're pretty proud of him?
Not in front of him, but by fuck, yeah. No, very, very proud of the young man and couldn't be prouder.